Gatlin Downey in the 37, bringing us to the green.
Can make the pause get A1.
The win, and Ben Crouch is going to take the win here, folks.
Side by side. It's going to be a walk away.
Heading down to the stripe, it's going to be Mike Fink Jr., number 38, winning.
Moves him up. Here comes Jeziorski to the inside. Welcome back to the MacTools Cup Series. This is race 15 of 17. Tonight we arrive at the Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's fastest half mile. 42 of these race cars are going to drive around the 36-degree banked half mile here in Tennessee. One driver will prevail here on the high banks. Coming into this race, the point standings look with Sebastian Cucalon leading the point standings by 4 points over Ben Crouch, 7 points over Mike Cook, who sits in third, 13 over Cody Rhodes, and 16 over Zach Winkle. The big thing about those guys in the top 5 of the points, none of them have a win so far in this season. The highest driver that in the points that has won is Christian Holder. He is 18 points back, tied with another winner, Jonathan Martin, who won at Daytona, 18 points back in 6th and 7th, respectively. This should be a crazy race to shake up the points a bit more. They've already been shaken up enough the last 3 weeks in this short track swing. Certainly should be a fun one here at the world's fastest half mile in Thunder Valley. Welcome up into the booth. I am Josh Williamson, and I'm here with Ethan Farley, who's kind enough to join me. Ethan, welcome up into the booth.
Well, I'll tell you this right now, it's great to be here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's just say, whenever it comes to short tracks like this, expect a lot of tempers to be flaring, and a lot of smaller and unknown guys to be showing up and showing their colors. As you heard a lot, that people who really don't have what people would call good equipment would show up to the front and actually lead laps. Then there's people who will go at each other like it's the best that they can give. Some well-known names maybe will fall to the back and they won't be much of a challenge. It's a lot of surprises with these half miles, especially Bristol, and expect a lot of tempers to be flaring, a lot of people to be angry at each other, and a lot of fists to be thrown after the race.
Definitely going to be a very fun race here at the world's fastest half mile. And speaking of the drivers with not the best equipment in the field, we have a Bill Davis racing car on the front row of the DEI car alongside Zachary DeLello. Usually sports the 27 car, but now sporting the 23 Welland Dodge, just ahead of Ryan Benjamin there on the inside. A couple of Dodges. It goes Dodge, Chevy, Dodge, Chevy, 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 Ford, Dodge, Ford, and Chevy. Going to be the top 10 manufacturers rolling off. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup prior to the green flag falling.
You rascal you. I wonder what you got, you rascal you. I wonder what you got, makes my wife think you so hot. And I wonder what you got, you rascal you. gonna cut your ears off, do you?
And as the field rounds turn 3 and 4, we're just about ready to get this race started. Pace cars in. We're glad you're here. Hope you're staying safe. As Zachary DeLello and Ace Garcia bring the field down to the green flag, we're racing in Thunder Valley.
23 with a great start off immediately.
Into the outside wall just a little bit. That's going to allow Ryan Benjamin to come to the inside. Remember, Ryan Benjamin had that win at Kansas, but short track victory went to Zachary DeLello, the first front two at North Wilkesboro. He won that in his second start, currently making his fourth start in the MacTools Cup Series. But now, Casey Nanako in the one, going to go to the inside in that post Maxwell House Chevy. Going to go into the second position here, already up to lap 3 here at Bristol.
The 9 and the 1 are getting a good race start here. The 23 started in the pole, but now is falling back really quickly. He thought the high side would make him, but it actually broke him.
Caution on the racetrack here on lap number 4. And it was the 99 of Sebastian Cucalon. A lot of damage to that Pennzoil 99. Look, he's got some damage on the left side of that car. He looks like he may have gotten turned on potentially the front straightaway there. Looks like he got turned into the inside wall probably. We've seen that quite a few times here on the short tracks here in the MacTools Cup Series. Saw it twice last week at Dover. A big hit for Sebastian Cucalon. We'll go ahead and take a look and see what happened. That's put us under this first caution of the race here at Bristol. Alright, so it looks like this happened further back than I thought. The 32 and the 40 get together. The 25 going down to the inside gets in trouble. Jeremiah Dwayne goes into the wall, and then they start piling up on the high side of turn 3. That's the 20 of Ben Jung, the 37 Gatlin Downey, the 5 of Caleb Colburn, Eric Jacks sneaking through in the 30, the 19 of Eric Jacks, the 30 of Fitzwater also involved. Heavy damage to those cars, but that wasn't even the start of it. Over in turn 1, even ahead of all this, as they came around for the caution flag, it's like Alexander Jones into the back of Cucalon hard into the inside. That's what we saw first. That's what I thought had brought out the caution, but that was just a follow-up. The pile-up in turn 3 appears to would have brought the caution out.
But from the looks of it, the 99 was getting loose off exit, or in the middle of turn 1. The 14 was the main issue that just kept him spinning. Certainly didn't let up coming out of turn 4, and a lot of damage to Cucalon. He will be out of the race. Look at all the smoke coming out of that car. 25 getting hit, the 30 and the 29 getting together. And then they start checking up, the 37, the 31, the 40, barely getting out of there. The 6, the 5, the 25, or the 5 getting back into it. The 19 almost getting caught in it. Just all bad around in turn number 3.
As the field comes around, turn 4 to get the green flag, it's Ryan Benjamin, Casey Nanako, Trip McGinnis, Zachary DeLello, and Noah Clifton, the top 5. Green flag back out.
9 once again charging to keeping his lead, but the 1 is not giving up now.
Trip McGinnis pulling in right behind the 1, getting really close going through turn 3 and 4. Looks like almost a side-by-side back here with Noah Clifton and Benny Watson. Clifton able to hold on to the spot. One car getting way wide going down the back straightaway. Jason Dady in the 18 getting shuffled on the outside here early on in this restart. Ooh, into the wall back there, scraping along. Dakota Pryor and Bradley Reim up into the outside wall, but still going, and the green flag will remain out, but a little bit of damage to those cars. Going to watch for tire rubs now.
24 just stuck to the outside line. He wants to get back into an opening, but he can't.
And he is getting shuffled big time. Luckily for the 31, though, of Dakota Pryor, He fell back in line, but now he is being hounded by Mike Cook there in the 29. See, Ben Crouch is actually right ahead of Mike Cook. So with Cucalon out of this race, looks like as long as Crouch avoids trouble, he might get the points lead, as that was near trouble there, as they almost went 3 wide. They were able to hold on straight. Lots of side-by-side going on now. That's Ozkan on the outside of the 77 of Zach Winkle. As Ozkan continues to get shuffled, contact with Trey Wright there coming off turn 4.
I think the 38 got a little loose or tight coming off that exit off 3, but or 4 or 2.
Meantime, let's go ahead and check back in up front. It is still Ryan Benjamin, Casey Nanako right there trying to get around, just all over the back bumper of that 9 Dodge. Trying to find a way to the inside, almost got there, but Benjamin blocks him off going into turn 1.
The 97 Sharpie machine just letting this all happen. He's possibly hoping for some contact and maybe a wreck, if anything. He's possibly going to hope for a caution to see if he can get a good restart going. But those top 3 cars are just strong all throughout. They look like they're on rails.
The top 4, really. Look, there's a big gap between 4th and 5th. The 4th place car, that's Zachary DeLello, is .81 behind the leader, and Benny Watson back here in 5th is .187, so that is a full second, .06 difference. Now it's .02, 1.02, as Watson's drawing them in just a little bit, and contact back here. Junior almost got turned by Jacob Brits. What a save by the 51. That could have been bad.
Exactly. This is the way you kind of have to hope for Bristol races like this.
Oh, he hit the wall.
People getting a little antsy.
And speaking of getting antsy, Derwish Jr. went up and hit the outside wall. Not a lot of damage on the right side of that car. That was while he was side by side with the 11 of KeShawn Richardson. Richardson moving up to the 8th position in that MBNA 11 car.
The 11 team is probably just wanting to try and get some good points positions. Once again, like I'm saying, people who don't really see back marker drivers, they'll see them up in the front. So expect a lot of drivers like these to get up there and charge and possibly lead laps.
And he was part of the 7-car expansion with DeLello and all those other guys that came in at IRP. He is currently sitting 41st in the standings right now, so not the best of starts for the 11 team, but definitely a strong run to start off here in the 8th position here at Bristol, as meanwhile still single file out for most of the top 5, but waiting for pit cycles to happen. Could be coming around lap 40, 41 or so when these guys decide to come in. Meanwhile, they're coming up here on lap traffic, coming to lap 28.
Lap traffic is the very deciding factor in a lot of short track races. If the leader gets caught up in the short tracks with the lap traffic, they'll be the ones that have to suffer through it. Meanwhile, the other driver behind him, caution, is out.
Big crash,
like the
big crash, Jarrett Tallmadge in the Viagra Ford. A lot of damage to that 6 car. And he's still making contact, just trying to get to the inside and get to pit road. The handling is not going to be good on that car. He'll come around and probably come to the bottom, but that car has been shortened up significantly. Winner at IRP,
like
we were just talking about.
The rear end.
We were just talking about the IRP race with the expansion. He ended up winning that race, leading 72 of the 75 laps. But this is a bad way for the last track of the short track swing to go for Jarrett Tallmadge. Wasn't having the best of season points-wise, outside of the top 30 in points, even with that win. And this is not the kind of run that the team wanted. Just short of halfway, the second caution is out. Looks like some cars Coming down to the pit road, Ryan Benjamin in the 9, making a move into the pit in.
This is what, once again, short tracks are well known for their strategies. Who's going to pit, who's going to not, who's going to take the adjustments, who's just going to take some fuel. But, of course, with the 9, he's probably making a smart move, getting fresher tires than the rest of the pack so that he can be faster. But it could bite him in the end.
It could. This place is pretty big with track position also, not just fresh tires. Meanwhile, also coming in, Trip McGinnis, Damian Blue, Benny Watson also in, Jason Dady, the 14 of Alex Jones, 38 of Trey Wright, the 25 of Stephen Colon, the 29 Mike Cook, the 88 Camden Jeziorski. Looks like these guys are going to avoid going a lap down as they will come off the pit road just in time.
The 1 will be your leader by the time we get into a restart.
Casey Nanako, Zachary DeLello, Ace Garcia, Jacob Brits, KeShawn Richardson, Derwish Jr., Zach Winkle, Hunter Blade, Cody Rhodes, and Sam Ozkan. That is your top 10 here on lap 32 under the second caution. Now let's go ahead and take a look back and see what happened to bring out the second caution of the race. So as they come around turn number 4, Gatlin Downey on the inside of Jarrett Tallmadge. Looks like Downey may slide up a bit coming off turn number 4 and gets into the back of Tallmadge potentially, and Tallmadge into the inside front and rear in that 6 car. And he'll slide up almost back up into the field, but everyone else able to avoid as the caution comes out.
So, from what I see, the 37 gets a little tight and the 6 gets a little loose. I think the 6 went down as the 37 went up, and altogether it just caused a bad accident. It sucks for the 6 team, but from the looks of it, it's not bad damage to go off of and end the race there. So they'll just keep on staying in the lead lap. And
we'll take one more look before we head to the restart here, as look like he may have come down on Gatlin Downey, but look at all these cars coming up on the outside. Colburn just sneaks by. Oh, Jeremiah Dwayne almost T-boned him in that 32. Everyone else getting by on the outside. Look at all these cars going down low. They all missed him. And the pace car dives down onto pit road. The only cars in the lap down lane, Zachary Fitzwater and Gatlin Downey. Casey Nanako leading us back to the green flag. We're racing once again at the world's fastest half mile.
Due to the lap traffic, it appears that the 1 isn't getting the jump that he needs.
Lap traffic's going to get by. Here comes Jacob Brits in the 2. On the inside, KeShawn Richardson with him. And that would be a 4 wide behind. That could be big trouble coming off turn 2. And I cannot believe they made it out of that. Unreal.
What was that? What a restart, man.
That was nuts. The field stacking up and scrambling behind, just trying to find every piece of real estate possible. Jacob Brits, meanwhile, has moved into the lead in that 2 car. Alex Jones on the pit road in the 14. Now trying to get around the lap traffic of Gatlin Downey and Zachary Fitzwater in the 37 and 30 just ahead. KeShawn Richardson trying to keep tempo. Gatlin Downey goes high and gives them room.
Once again, lap traffic making a big effort as the 11 is going to try and get into the lead and lead some laps, like I said.
Big moment for DeLello coming off turn 2 that lap. Almost spun out to the inside by himself, but was able to hold on to it. Hunter Blade backed off just in time to keep from getting into the back of him. And they will battle for 4th position as Cody Rhodes sneaking into the picture in that Net Zero Chevy. As more side-by-side going on back here, Derwish Jr., Nonagon Scott, a guy we had really talked about this whole race. He's now getting into position for potential good track position when pit cycles start up, if pit cycles start up again. Christian Holder came in 6th in points, making a move back up to the front of the field after a dismal run at North Wilkesboro, and not exactly the best of runs at Dover either, trying to reclaim his points lead once again. But now Alejandro Rodriguez in the 80 going to the inside, and that Hans Chevy looks like he might take the, that's going to be 8th position on the track away from the 17. Ethan Hoffman in the 02, making a look to the inside. He's going to take it. Nonagon Scott, there he goes back underneath. So now Holder getting stuck on the outside. You see how dominant the inside line is here at Bristol. The outside line not really playing a factor right now in the about just past halfway.
The one machine must be yelling at his crew chief that he is looser than anything he's ever done before. They might, if pit cycles go in, he might be able to put in a wedge adjustment and tighten it up.
Fitzwater hard into the outside wall, almost slammed KeShawn Richardson. Richardson had to check up big time. He has lost a bit of ground to Jacob Brits. Jacob Brits, remember, absolutely dominated the last week's race at Dover, leading 54 of the 60 laps. Came up just short in the end of winning that as Stephen Colon passed him with 3 to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
another crash. It looks like smoke on the track, and the yellow flag is not out, oddly enough. I'll have to take a look and see what happened there, potentially. We'll go by this time. Indeed, there is smoke against the outside wall, so we'll take a look real quick and see what happened. That did not bring out the caution here on lap 48. So we'll take a look. Again, turn 4 again, Calamity Corner. They were 3 wide. Nathan Stapleton on the outside, Trey Wright the inside, Zach Winkle right in the middle, and Stapleton getting almost turned in the pinch, but able to hold on to it and keep it going. Nice save.
Yeah, from the looks of it, the 41 and the 77 are getting a little bit into it, but it almost became the same routine with the 6 before. But from the looks of it, the wheel on this man yanked it, kept it off the wall, and kept going.
So we get back up with the leaders here after that replay. It is still Jacob Brits, KeShawn Richardson, Casey Nanako, the top 3, and they have stretched big time ahead of 4th place Hunter Blade, who is currently behind the lap traffic of Zachary Fitzwater in the 30. It is 5th place Cody Rhodes, 6th place Sturwis Jr., 7th place Alejandro Rodriguez, getting a mirror full of the lap traffic of goodness back there. DeLello almost got turned by Trip McGinnis. They're in that battle for 9th. They're going to continue the contact, and around goes DeLello to the inside, and hard contact to the inside. Is the caution going to come out?
I believe it will.
It should come out, if it's not out already. And the caution is not out. Caution did not come out. And we will continue racing here at Bristol, but that was clear as day what happened there. Just racing off turn number 4. McGinnis right into the back of the 23. And into the inside. Doesn't look like he got a lot of damage. Looks like he's going to hold on to... What position did he fall into? He fell into 27th, so 9th to 27th. Bad break here for Zachary DeLello. But fortunate that he did not take any more damage than he did.
I'm surprised caution didn't come out with that. Looks like 32 has some issues.
32 slow on the racetrack there. Just trying to yield for all the leaders. He got caught up in an earlier incident. I believe it was that pile up on for the first caution. He just has not found the speed again since. Meanwhile, Jacob Brits now in the thick of lap traffic in that number 2, gotten around Ryan Benjamin in the 9. KeShawn Richardson back there trying to get around some lap traffic of his own, trying to draw in closer once again to the 2 car. Benjamin all over the backside of Jacob Brits, gonna pin him up on the outside. This could be the break that KeShawn Richardson needs to try to get back up there, and he's gonna be side by side with him going into one, and another crash. Cira, the 91, and another no caution. He kept it going, and he doesn't look like he has a lot of damage there in that 91. So that's 2 spinouts that we've seen that have not brought the caution out. In the meantime, KeShawn Richardson takes the lead. And now the caution will come out. Now the caution is finally out. See what it is over on the backstretch. Ace Garcia to the inside. He's got a lot of right side damage. He looks like he got turned into the inside. The caution is finally out here at Bristol. Should have come out the last 2 times. Didn't oddly enough.
I think the drivers and the pit crew were all yelling at NASCAR officials to put out the caution. 2 cars went around. So
Well,
I can understand.
Well, oddly enough, we went that long, but finally the caution is out. KeShawn Richardson in position for his first win in his 4th start here in the MacTools Cup Series. Jacob Brits in 2nd, Casey Nanako 3rd, Hunter Blade 4th behind 3 lap cars, and 5th place is going to be the 0 of Cody Rhodes behind lap traffic of Mark Sylas. Let's go ahead and take a look back and see what happened at those 3 spins before the caution came out. So all the way back here on lap 51 as they came around, Zachary DeLello getting turned by the 97. That did not bring out a caution, oddly enough. And then coming off turn 4, we saw Cira go around off the bumper of Damian Blue. He hit the wall hard on the inside, but still no caution. Now we'll watch Ace Garcia here. He has Camden Jeziorski all over him, and he gets turned off turn number 2 and doesn't hit the wall this time, but actually this one ends up bringing out the caution.
What I don't understand is we had 2 hard crashes, but this spin right here with the 18 and the 15 Napa Chevrolet brings out the caution. This tiny little bit of a spin. I absolutely understand why the drivers were confused and angry.
I was confused.
The drivers,
That
I can
was
completely
crazy.
understand.
So once everything has shaken out here, it is still KeShawn Richardson leading here at Bristol. And look at the lap down lane. It's Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Minneker, Jeremiah Dwayne, Mark Sylas, Brett Cira, Gatlin Downey, and Alex Jones all in the lap down lane as the field comes around to get the green flag. 11 to go here at Bristol.
According to some of the drivers, they think that maybe it's some bias with the other drivers wanting the 11 to be in the lead before they call it the caution.
I highly doubt that myself. I think I'm just a little confused about it. I don't know why that was going on, but we'll probably know at a later date why that was going on. But meantime, KeShawn Richardson has a big lead as Jacob Brits gets caught in lap traffic. That inside line is holding him back, and Mark Sylas slid up in front of him as well. So he's going to continue to fall back in traffic. The 25 DeLello gets by. He's actually in 2nd. All of these lap cars in front. How are they going to get to Richardson here?
The 11 is now just with a large lead.
Over 2 seconds, 2.17 the last time by, and these guys stuck back in lap traffic here at 7 laps to go. And the caution came out again. Another spin. Looks like it was a couple of cars. Mitchell Collins in the 10 and Dakota Pryor in the 31. To bring out the 4th caution of this race here at Bristol. That's going to close the field back up once again. Collins is definitely going to be out of this race. A lot of damage to that car. Looks like Bradley Reim also had contact. Jarrett Tallmadge again involved. It's like we had a...
Looks like the 24 is just serving a black flag.
23 also with some damage. I wonder if that was the same damage he had before. We'll have to take a look at the replay here, see what happened, but this is going to be a heck of a restart here at Bristol. So, coming off turn 2, looks like Oh, Junior into the back of Hunter Blade. Zach Winkle gets a piece hard to the inside. Christian Holder around Derwish Jr. There's where Collins gets involved. Cody Rhodes just barely gets by. And behind them, everyone just starts piling in. Calamity here at Bristol.
Look at this. So everybody's just hard racing. The 17 gets a run, but collects the 12 and everybody in it. The yellow car is getting hit into the inside. The other cars are just getting around, scrambling, but getting collected. It's just one big yard sale.
Absolutely no. Holy cow. Ben Crouch just barely making it through on the inside in the Silver Bullet. What a miss by Crouch. We'll go ahead and take a look here at his onboard as he tries to make it through this. You see the pile up in front. And as he tries to get by, watch him go to the inside here. Woo! Woo! He missed 2 or 3 cars by just inches getting through there.
His spotter is getting a paycheck today.
Yeah, those are the kinds of moves that could win a championship right there. Excellent move by Ben Crouch, trying to get the points lead here at Bristol. This is going to be a huge points day for that 40 team, potentially. So as the field comes down the back straightaway, we're getting ready to get this race restarted. It's KeShawn Richardson in first, but way back there, officials decided to not put the lap down cars in a lap down lane for this restart, oddly enough. And it's going to be Stephen Colon second, Trey Wright third, Camden Jeziorski fourth, and Trip McGinnis in the 5th position. 2 laps to go here at Dover. KeShawn Richardson appears to be headed for victory, and another crash back there. And
crash.
Alex Jones, Zachary Dalton, Stephen Colon is involved, sliding down into the field, and the caution's out once again. He collects DeLello. Jones again involved.
Man,
and that'll do it.
That's gonna be it, ladies
That
and gentlemen.
is
The
it.
11.
The field coming around, it is going to be KeShawn Richardson winning for the first time in the MacTools Cup Series in a controversial finish here at Bristol. Trey Wright looks like he's going to finish second. Trip McGinnis third. Camden Jeziorski fourth. Jacob Brits rounding out the top 5. Then it is Nanako, Nonagon Scott, Ben Jung, Mike Cook, who's going to nab the points lead here, and Nathan Stapleton rounding out the top 10. Crazy, chaotic finish. Definitely going to be some question marks with officiating at the end of this race here.
People are probably going to have arguments. Expect some fists to start flying from a lot of these drivers.
But none flying in celebration more than KeShawn Richardson in the 11 nabbing his first win and the 3rd consecutive win by the expansion drivers. First it was Zachary DeLello at North Wilkesboro, then it was Stephen Colon last week at Dover, and now KeShawn Richardson nabbing the win here at Bristol. We'll take a look at your finishing results here. Oh, how about I just tell you that the cars that finished on the lead lap, because look at all these cars that finished a lap down because of that. KeShawn Richardson is going to be first, Trey Wright, Trip McGinnis, Camden Jeziorski, Jacob Brits, and Casey Nanako, the top 6, the only ones finishing on the lead lap. We'll take a look at your the rest of your standings there. Ethan Hoffman, Jonathan Martin, Bradley Reim, Jarrett Tallmadge, Mitchell Collins, Dakota Pryor, and Sebastian Cucalon, the only drivers unable to finish this race. What a crazy race here at Bristol. Ethan, any final thoughts, man?
It's just typical racing at Bristol. What else can you think? Fastest half mile. But it's great to see that another 11 driver has decided to take home the victory.
And you did it yourself over in the DLP IndyCar Series driving that 11. Congratulations to you, by the way. It was awesome seeing you win that race. And indeed, another 11 car winning over here in the MacTools Cup Series. Originally, it wasn't going to be an 11 car, but with the field expansion, KeShawn Richardson jumped at the opportunity, and it has resulted in a first career win and a potential lock for at least the Scott's Grand National Series coming later this summer. From up here in the booth, Ethan Farley, I'm Josh Williamson. I will see y'all at Texas World Speedway.
Have a good one.